Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're looking at something pretty fascinating. We're going to completely transform the way you look at your kitchen cabinet by exploring this idea of the kitchen apothecary. We're looking at how common everyday kitchen ingredients can actually be utilized as powerful tools for healthy blood sugar support. So, if you love discovering how things work at a biological level, you are in exactly the right place. What if your spice rack was actually a hidden pharmacy? Okay, let's dive into this. It's kind of amazing how we tend to look at things like cinnamon or garlic as just simple flavor boosters, right? We toss them into a recipe and honestly, we don't think twice about it. But there is a whole different perspective we need to explore today, one that reveals the literal hidden potential sitting right there on your kitchen counter. All right, here's our quick roadmap for today. 1. Your kitchen's hidden pharmacy. 2. The heavy hitters, cinnamon and fenugreek. 3. The roots, ginger and turmeric. 4. Savory staples, garlic and sage. And 5. A reality check to put this all into perspective. So, let's kick things off with Section 1, your kitchen's hidden pharmacy. Now, in Western herbal medicine, everyday herbs are viewed as functional, heavy-hitting tools. But, to really get why, we have to understand the underlying mechanism they're targeting, which is insulin sensitivity. Essentially, this just means helping your body's cells become way more responsive to insulin. When your cells are sensitive to insulin, they can pull glucose or sugar out of your blood so much more efficiently. So the absolutely crucial point here is that almost every single herb we're going to talk about today is working to support and improve this exact biological process. Moving right along to Section 2, the heavy hitters, cinnamon and fenugreek. Let's start with probably the most famous spice on our list, one you might have literally just put in your morning coffee. Let's look at what cinnamon is actually doing under the hood chronologically. First, step 1, cinnamon slows down the breakdown of carbs in your digestive tract. And because of this, we get to step 2. It paces the glucose entering your system so you don't get that massive sudden spike right after you eat. And finally, step 3, it actually increases your cell's responsiveness to insulin. It's this highly coordinated defense against blood sugar spikes. Pretty amazing, right? Next up is fenugreek. Now, both the seeds and the leaves of this plant are used, but the seeds, they are the real star for blood sugar because they are absolutely packed with soluble fiber. And this brilliantly illustrates fenugreek's multi-pronged action. That fiber slows down carb absorption and improves insulin sensitivity. But take a look at that last action. This blew my mind. It can actually tell your liver to tone down its own glucose production. It's literally communicating with your liver. Let's move to Section 3 and see how this builds. The roots, ginger, and turmeric. We almost always hear about roots like ginger and turmeric when we're talking about fighting inflammation. But their secret superpower actually lies in blood sugar management. As this quote perfectly captures, ginger has a really unique mechanism. It helps your muscle cells absorb glucose completely independent of insulin. Just think about that for a second. If insulin is the normal front door that glucose uses to enter a cell, ginger essentially props open a backdoor shortcut for your body to manage energy. It's a fascinating biological workaround. Now, let's contrast ginger with our other root here, turmeric. While ginger creates that insulin-independent shortcut we just talked about, turmeric, while mostly relying on its active compound curcumin, takes a totally different route. Curcumin combats insulin resistance, but it also works to protect your pancreatic beta cells, and these are the specific cells responsible for making insulin in the first place. So while ginger is out there finding a shortcut, turmeric is actively protecting the very source of your body's insulin production. Two roots, two entirely different but totally complementary strategies. All right, on to Section 4, savory staples, garlic and sage. These are the daily dinner ingredients that hide massive therapeutic potential right in plain sight. I use garlic daily, and I usually think of it strictly for heart health. But those benefits overlap a ton with blood sugar support. Garlic has been shown to potentially increase insulin secretion while simultaneously making your body more sensitive to it. It's an overlapping, dual-action staple that works incredibly hard for your overall metabolic health. Who knew? Then we have sage. Now, we usually save sage for holiday stuffings, but it actually has a traditional reputation for mimicking the effects of insulin. It can activate receptors that clear excess fatty acids straight from your blood. I absolutely love the metaphor here. By clearing out those fatty acids, sage is effectively clearing the runway for better insulin sensitivity. Honestly, who knew your holiday stuffing herb was doing so much heavy lifting? And finally, Section 5, the reality check. Okay, all of this biological information is absolutely incredible, but we do need to responsibly contextualize it. There is a stark contrast between culinary and therapeutic use. Tossing a pinch of cinnamon on your oatmeal, that's culinary use, and it's a great addition to a healthy diet. But a pinch is definitely not the same as a therapeutic dose. The amounts we generally use in cooking are quite small. These herbs are meant to offer support. They're absolutely not a substitute for prescribed medications or broader lifestyle changes.
And, well, that leads directly to our medical disclaimer. The information in this explainer is strictly for educational purposes. It's not a substitute for professional medical advice. If you're looking to make major changes to your routine, or, if you want to explore using therapeutic doses of these herbs, you absolutely must have a conversation with a qualified healthcare practitioner or licensed professional first.
So, we'll end with this thought. Next time you cook, how will you spice up your health? We've seen today that your spice rock is doing a whole lot more than just making your food taste good. Whether it's the heavy-hitting pacing of cinnamon, the backdoor shortcut of ginger, or the runway-clearing power of sage, your kitchen really is a hidden apothecary. Keep exploring, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.